Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? My name is Britt and this is the Banana Diaries. On this channel I typically make a bunch of healthy recipes as well as fun and inspirational lifestyle content. So if you like that, stick around, subscribe down below and hit the bell notification. So today we're going to be making 5 really simple, easy vegan pantry staple meals. That was a mouthful to say to start off with. Okay, let's rewind a little bit. 5 really easy vegan pantry staple meals. I'm super pumped for this video because this basically, you're really just gonna need your pantry staples, which I just made an entire vegan pantry staple guide that is completely free. It's linked down below, so go check that out if you want to stock up on some of my favorites to always have on hand so that you can always make a meal when you are in a pinch and you don't have fresh food. I have included some frozen food options so that you can spice up the recipe a little bit and make it a little bit more appetizing, but at the very bare bones, these are pantry staple meals, and most of them just stick to the pantry staples. Now, the key to making good pantry staple meals is that you need to lean on those herbs, spices, and sea salt. Let's just be honest, eating plain beans is just not exciting. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. It is what it is. And yeah, really make it to your taste because, you know, I'm gonna give recommendations, but it's really gonna be about adjusting to your taste buds because ultimately you want to be enjoying this. I might enjoy it one way and you might enjoy it another way. So just keep that in mind. All right, without further ado, let's hop right into the first meal.
So first up, we have my vegan lentil meatballs. So first you're gonna start by grounding up a cup of whole oats. What I really love about this meal is that it just uses the food processor to make the meatballs, so it's incredibly simple. Now we're adding in 2 cups of cooked lentils, a little bit of marinara sauce, some dried raisins or prunes, and coconut aminos. Now we're going to blend it all together. A little tip here is to always have dried beans on hand rather than canned beans because you'll actually have a lot more and it is much cheaper. So next up, we're going to roll the lentil batter into the size of meatballs and we're going to place them on a baking sheet and get them ready to be baked. You can use either a cookie scoop or your hands to form the meatballs, and you can use about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons worth of dough per meatball. And I just like to roll them into extra circular form so that they are like regular meatballs. After they've been baked, so definitely put them into the oven and bake them, you're going to add them to a sauce pot and mix them around with some marinara sauce and just let them cook in the marinara. Now you can serve this sloppy joe style like I'm doing here with some frozen bread that you just toast up, or you can serve it over pasta, or you can make a vegan lentil meatball grinder. To be honest, these also taste really good, just plain and simple. Next up, we have my favorite protein-packed lentil soup. So first we're going to start out by adding a can of crushed tomatoes to a saucepan, some lentils, and a tablespoon of plain pea protein powder with some spices. Now you can really play around with the spices here. I like to add in cumin, rosemary, ginger, turmeric, a whole bunch of things. You can also add in fresh or frozen vegetables, but I'm trying to keep this as pantry friendly as possible. Basically, just let this cook in the saucepan for a little bit and then serve it. Next up, we have some curry stuffed sweet potatoes. So first start out with some cooked beans in a saucepan and you'll add in some full-fat coconut milk to the pan. Add in some ginger, some turmeric, some curry powder, whatever you like in your curry. I'm going to suggest some measurements down below, but of course make this to taste. Now you can serve this over regular rice, but I'm going to serve them in some baked sweet potatoes, which I actually keep in the fridge to make them last longer. They'll last about 2 weeks in the fridge. But you can just stuff these like you would, you know, a regular stuffed potato. If you're looking for a lower carb option, you can absolutely use some cauliflower rice, which you can also buy frozen or you can make it yourself and then freeze it. Adding it over sweet potatoes is actually really nice because the sweet potatoes have a little bit of extra protein as well as some satiating carbs in there, so it's a really satisfying meal. Another vegan pantry staple meal that I love is Vegan Pantry Nachos. So first we'll start out with 2 raw sweet potatoes and we'll slice them into round chips and then bake them with a little bit of coconut oil and sea salt. Then we'll put them on a plate and we can top with some salsa and some beans. Vegan nacho cheese is technically not a pantry staple, so I'm not going to be including the nacho cheese in here, but if you would like to add a vegan cheese sauce, by all means go ahead. You can also dress up your beans with a little bit of chili powder and sea salt for extra flavor. My final pantry staple meal is a jazzed up chickpea pasta. So of course, we're gonna have pasta in the mix here, and you'll just cook this as you normally would, but there are a few ways that you can jazz up a regular bowl of pasta. So I like adding in some dried herbs to the sauce, as well as roasting up a few frozen vegetables. So here's where our frozen pantry items come in. I also recommend having a bean pasta on hand because not only is it gluten-free, but it is also packed with protein.
Alright, so I hope that you enjoyed that fun little different video. If you liked any of these recipes, let me know down below in the comment section which you're going to give a try. Also be sure to download that Vegan Pantry Staple Guide. When I was first starting out on this venture of plant-based eating, I was kind of lost on what to stock up on because, let's be honest, I don't want to just eat romaine lettuce all day long, and there's a lot to be had in the pantry, you know. Make sure that your pantry is stocked with the herbs and spices because that will definitely make things taste a lot better. Be sure to give me a follow on Instagram at @the_banana diaries, where I share a little bit more behind the scenes of what it's like to be a food blogger, as well as what I'm making daily. I do a lot of baked goods, so savory really isn't my main focus. It's typically the sweets, but I feel like we're all in need of some good pantry staples, so that's why I made this video. Alright, I'm going to get back to it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember that you are important, you're an incredible human being, and I am rooting for you. Bye guys!